So most of the times we are going to deal with diodes or the diode circuits in various different configurations, and then we will go on to see the astable and the multistable, astable and the monostable multivibrator using bipolar junction transistor to finish off this unit. But before we start, I just wanted to give you a feedback regarding the unit test that you have recently appeared for. And many students, I have observed that many students have done the very first derivation wrong. In the sense, it seems that they have copied it directly from internet. It was expected to have the emitter current bias, which we have discussed in the class, and not the emitter current bias, which is a generic thing which has been discussed elsewhere on the internet. So for those who have copied it from the internet and not followed my notes, they are going to get they are not going to get any marks for that. This is the very first thing. So it was actually a very tricky kind of a question, in the sense I wanted to check your honesty. Most of you have copied from the net, which is a very disturbing thing. Anyways, so today we will start with the wave shaping networks. Is the OneNote page visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we will start with a very simple circuit called as the class of circuits, which is called as the series clipping circuits. Okay, so we'll start with the series clipping circuits. The very first series clipper that we are going to see. So basically, let us first of all understand what is a series clipper. So what do you mean by clipping? Simply means removing or cutting off some unwanted portion of the waveform. So I can say that the function of the clipper, sometimes called also as the limiter, of the waveform. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So a very simple example which you have already seen is, I think you must have already done that in your previous course. The example is where the negative half cycle is clipped off. Okay. Can you recall such a kind of circuit where a negative portion of the waveform is clipped off?
Sir, half-wave rectifier.
Absolutely correct. So half-wave rectifier, which you have already studied. So how was it looking like? It was, let us say this was the input waveform. You had the entire cycle with you. This was the entire cycle. Remember, this is T. This is your voltage amplitude. And we simply had this waveform fed to something like this. Okay, and this was your load. We were checking the voltage, or output was over here. Okay, this was the diode which was doing it. So the output waveform that you have in such situation is only the positive half cycle, the negative being clipped off. So we were having this kind of wave. Okay, so this was the very simple kind of special case of a clipping circuit, which you called as the half wave rectifier. Okay. Now, before we start off with anything, why do I get such a kind of waveform? Or if I ask you, if this is the input voltage and output voltage, how does the transfer function of this circuit look like? Okay. So if you have multisim, you can easily find out the transfer function. And I'll switch over to multisim. So are you able to see the multisim screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I've rigged up a simple circuit, diode circuit, and I'm trying to find out the voltage across. Now you can do it the other way around also, doesn't really matter. Okay. Let us construct this circuit once again so that it is not interfering with your earlier perception of the placement of the symbol, the components. So what I'll do is, I simply do it like this. That will be a better picture. Okay. Now I'm supposed to find out the transfer function. How do I do that? First of all, I'll go for a DC sweep, and then I will find out the voltage at this point. Okay. So if I go for the DC sweep and the output is VPR1, you'll see the transfer function looks like this. Remember, this is not the characteristic of the diode. Are you able to understand this? Guys?
Yes, sir.
This is not the characteristic of the diode. These are the transfer characteristics of this circuit, of which we are looking at right now. So what is the peculiarity of this circuit? Can you see that? Let us have a look at what if the input voltage is 4 volts. This is very fundamental understanding, right? So if the input is 4 volts, what is the output corresponding to that? The output corresponding to this 4 volt is how much? Can anyone tell me? It is 3.36. You are able to see this?
Yes, sir. 3.36.
So it is approximately 3.3, which is 4 minus the forward voltage drop of the diode. That is nearly 0.7 volts.
0.7. Yes, sir.
Okay. So the output voltage, as you can see, and then it follows linearly. 8 volts, again you'll have a similar kind of 7.3 over there, as you can see here very clearly. So what we see here is the transfer characteristics of this circuit. Remember, I repeat again, these are not the characteristics of the diode. For the characteristics of the diode, we have already seen such a kind of circuit. Okay. Is this clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'll switch back to OneNote. So why that was happening? Why this kind of thing is happening? Because if my transfer function is something like this, which we have seen right now. So this was your input voltage and this was your output voltage, right? And the transfer function was something like this. And then it was linear. Okay? So if your input voltage, let us say my input voltage, if I extrapolate this curve here like this and like this. So if my input voltage is suppose like this, what will be the output voltage corresponding to that? I will have the output voltage drawn here so that it is easier for us to see. So at this point, how do you find out? At this point, output is 0, right?
Yes, sir.
The moment it becomes greater than this point, I will start having a voltage like this. So you can literally plot the voltages over here. Okay. What about this point? You have this voltage here. You have this point here. And again, it will have the same kind of behavior like this. What will be the output for the negative portion of the waveform below this point? In fact, below this point. What will be the voltage? If you extrapolate it like this, if you project this like this, what will be the output voltage? Right?
That will be zero.
It will be 0. And again, for the next half cycle, when it starts, I am going to have this kind of behavior. Now, are you able to see, understand how the transfer function works and why there is
Yes, sir.
This is another way of telling you how it rectifies. So the entire thing is dependent on the transfer function. ठीक है ना? Is this point clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
This is the most fundamental. This is the most fundamental concept. Okay. Of don't underestimate the diode, because diodes are used in various different wave shaping networks, and it is very, very important that you understand the concept of the transfer function like this. Any doubts, any questions up to this point?
So can you explain the graph once again?
Graph, which one? This one?
Yes, sir.
We have plotted the transfer function. What is a transfer function? What do you mean by transfer function? Transfer function simply is the output voltage by the input voltage. Okay? The nature of how the output voltage is behaving with respect to input voltage. So
Yes, sir.
what we got during the multisim simulation, you have seen the multisim simulation?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how was the transfer function looking?
Up to certain point 0, then it increase linear.
Guys?
So up to certain point 0, then it increase linearly.
Yes. Certain point means the cut-in voltage actually. This is actually nothing but 0.7 volts for most of the practical purposes, right? And then we said that
Yes.
whatever is the input voltage, similar kind of, same kind of output voltage is there, but reduced by 0.7 volts. Minus 0.7 volts. That is what we have seen, no? In multisim.
Yes, sir.
So if your input is like this, if it starts over here, it will start at this point. This point again, if I project it here, the voltage that I get is this. For this particular point, the voltage that I get is this. So what do I get? So if your peak is, let us say, 4 volts, then what is this peak value? What is this peak
4
value?
minus 4 minus
So it will
0.7.
be 3.3 volts. ठीक है ना?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting this now? All of you?
Yes.
Is this point clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
The guy who asked me
Yes,
this
sir.
question? Yeah. ठीक है ना?
Yes, sir.
So what we have here is this kind of transfer function, and because of such a kind of transfer function, I am going to get the output like this. All right. Now in half wave rectifier, your input voltages were pretty high, like 12 volts peak. It was a rectification job that had to be done by the circuit. So in that 0.7 is very, very small. So you can actually neglect it over there. So in case of a simple half wave rectifier, of course, normally half wave rectifier is always shown with most of the times with the help of a transformer, and then you have such a kind of you have the load over here, isn't it? So we were most of the practical purposes, if this was peak was 12 volts, then a small drop across this really was not significant. Okay, so you are saying that okay, fine, the rectification was happening like this, and nearly this output voltage peak voltage was nearly equal to V peak. Technically, it is Vp minus 0.7 volts. Since this 0.7 is very small as compared to peak voltage, that is for power. When we talk about high voltage signals, okay. Now, similar kind of circuits can be used for small signals. That is, when the signals are in range of, let us say, millivolts to volts. Please remember the difference between small signal and large signal. When small signal, most of the times you deal with microvolts, millivolts, up to some volts, up to maybe 1 volt, 2 volts. Okay. Whereas in large signal, you always deal with in volts or tens of volts. Okay. So this is one very important difference. So that is the reason why we had analysis for small signal, and then later on, in probably in the second semester, or I think for electronic, applied electronic circuits, you will be looking at power amplifiers where the input itself is in volts and the output is in tens of volts. That is called as large signal amplifier. So is this distinction between small signal and large signal clear to all of you? I discussed it earlier when we started with
Yes.
devices and circuits, but maybe people have forgotten about this. That is the reason why I have revised it over here. Okay, so now let us see. So what do you have? Diode series clipper is simply a half wave rectifier. Okay, so we have two such flavors. One is a negative series clipper. Now my request to all of you is to join before 10:15 because I am getting disturbed to admit all. So please join before 10:15, or I think I've already given you much leeway. Anyways, so this is the negative series clipper. Yes?
Sir, I was saying this message already you said we passed on in the class group to join.
Right. So, but I don't know why people are not understanding these simple things. Okay. So how does a negative series clipper look like? It's just same thing that we have seen earlier, which is nothing but the half wave rectifier. So this is called as R1. You have the voltage across this as Vf. Okay. This is your D1. Now for simplicity purpose, instead of a sine wave, just like what David Bell also follows, I will use a square wave or a rectangular wave to show the input and the outputs. Okay, so let us say this is the datum level, that is the ground or zero level, and then we have the input signal like this. So your input signal is like this. So we have this positive half cycles. So what will be the output in this case? Just a rectifier, half wave rectifier. So if this is the ground, what will be the output waveform?
The negative part will be clipped off.
Yes, the negative part will be clipped off and you'll have a waveform like this. Okay, it continues. Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
But then what is the amplitude? If this is plus E and this is minus E.
E minus 0.7.
Yes, this is going to be E minus VF.
0 points.
Remember this. All right. So you have seen the very first type of clipper, that is called as a negative series clipper. Negative simply here. Why it is called as series, by the way?
Sir, the diode and resistor are
Yes. No. It is because now most of the times the load is like this.
Load is, yes.
Okay. So this diode happens to be in series with the load. The diode, that is the clipping element, happens to be in series with the load. Okay, series means the same current flows. So it is called as a negative series clipper. Understood?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Then what is the difference between a half wave rectifier and this negative series clipper which we read right now?
There is no difference at all. It is one and the same. I started with the explaining like that only, no? It is
Yes,
exactly
sir.
the same. Okay?
So, sir, we can say like that, like half wave rectifier is nothing but a negative series clipper, like that way.
Half wave rectifier is essentially a negative series clipper.
Okay, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir.
The
Sir,
next, yes.
there is a difference in amplitude.
Where is the difference in the amplitude? Where is the difference in
Sir,
the
in
amplitude?
half wave rectifier.
Yes.
Sir, in half wave rectifier, we will take the amplitude as E, and while here we are taking different.
Which one?
Sir,
Can you
we are
please
taking E
understand?
minus VF.
This is VP. That is what I'm saying. Do you see the screen in front of you?
VP, sorry, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is VP minus 0.7.
Sir, not audible.
Guys,
Sir, you were not
Yes, sir, you
audible.
were not.
okay. This we called as VP. This was VP. Of course, it was negative. And output that I got over here was VP minus 0.7. Instead of VP, I am simply using the voltage as E, peak voltage as plus E and minus E. What should be the difficulty here? Is the point clear?
Yes, sir.
I mean, why were you confused?
Sir, I was confused because of in half wave rectifier, you said we do not consider the 0.7 volt part.
The reason that I told was most of the times your half wave rectifier, the voltages, the peak voltages that you encountered were to the range of plus minus even 10 volts, plus minus 5
Yes, sir.
volts. And with respect to that, this 0.7 was negligible. So we said, okay, the output voltage is nearly equal to the peak voltage. We simply ignored this term because VP was very large.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है ना? Don't get confused. So
Okay, sir.
Okay, if you are still confused, I'll call this as E. I'll call this as minus E. What is the problem?
Oh, sir, it's fine.
Here it becomes E minus 1. Simple. The only thing that over there in half wave rectification is since your voltage levels are pretty high, 0.7 volt drop across the diode can be, most of the times for practical purposes, it can be neglected.
Neglected.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now the next is positive series clipper. And how will this look like? Positive series clipper. What does it? What should it do?
Sir, it should clip off the
Positive
positive.
half.
Yes, it should simply remove the positive half cycle. And just what I have to do is I have to reverse the direction of the diode. And this will do the job. Okay. So let us see how the waveforms look like. So again, the input is with respect to ground. Please remember that carefully. So if this was the input, now remember, it should pass these waveforms, this part of the waveform. So again, this is plus E, this is minus E. Okay, so how will the output waveform look like? So
We
you'll
will
have,
consider
you will have the negative half cycle only. Now you tell me what is the peak value of the output.
Sir,
Sir, minus of
the
E
minus
minus 0.
minus.
Okay, first of all, it will be negative,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
and then it will be E
E
minus
E
E.
plus
minus
minus
minus 0.7.
minus 0.7.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is called as a positive series clipper. Now we'll consider for this called as figure A. We already have this figure A. So we will discuss a little bit about this. So for A, that is a positive negative series clipper, while input is positive. What can you say about D1? It is forward biased.
Forward biased.
Consider this A in this case. Okay, the cathode is connected to ground via R1. So there is no voltage here. So as if I can say that this is 0 volts over here to begin with. And when I apply input equal to E, so it will be plus E on the cathode, on the anode, and 0 on the cathode. So the diode will be forward biased. And then we have, well, since it is forward biased, the output will be equal to E minus Vf. Direct. And that is the reason why I have taken these as the rectangular waveforms instead of sine wave. Just because it is very easy to understand. What about the during negative half cycle? What will happen? What will happen to
In
the
that case,
diode?
out.
What will happen to the diode?
Biased.
This one.
Reverse biased.
Huh? What will happen to the diode? Diode is reverse biased.
Reverse
biased.
So it will not pass on any part of the signal. So output voltage will be equal to 0. Okay. Now if you observe it minutely,
Yes.
we have already seen, if you observe this very minutely, these are all approximations, because the diode does not, we said that okay, the diode does not actually conduct in the reverse bias, but there will be small reverse saturation current flowing, no?
Yes, sir.
Which will be in microamperes, which we have already seen. So
Yes,
output voltage will not exactly be equal to 0, but it will be minus IR into that R1. IR is very, very small. It is in microamperes. We have already seen that, no? Reverse saturation current is very, very small, even microamperes or even nanoamperes also, right?
Yes, sir.
So this output voltage will be nearly equal to 0. Okay? And for practical purposes, it can be considered to be equal to 0. Now, what is the use of such a kind of circuit? Why this circuit is required in the first place? Okay, half wave rectification is fine, but what about, is there any other application where I need such a kind of circuit? Yes? I'll give you a very practical example.
Change.
Suppose I want to find out, say you have a signal and you are supposed to find out, this is your input signal, and you are supposed to find out the absolute value. What is the what do you mean by absolute value? Modulus of Vp, isn't it? So if you simply want to find out the modulus of Vp, I can simply use a clipping circuit like this and find out what is the peak value. That's all. Okay. Well, this is only a half wave rectifier, so it will not be useful to find out for any other. No, if you want to go for RMS and all that, this will not be useful at all. But many times you require that a certain portion of the signal be passed and certain portion of the signal be removed. So in such a kind of situation, you have this clipper circuits. Two circuits that have high input impedance or resistance. Okay, so I may have something like this, a signal source, and then I may have a clipper, series clipper, and then I may have another circuit which does some other job. So input impedance of such a circuit is normally should be very high.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, your screen is, I think it is hanged. What you have written is not showing.
Okay, let me
No, sir, it's visible.
let me check. Is it visible?
Visible,
Yes,
sir.
sir. It's
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Probably the person who raised this doubt, maybe his system is hanged. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So normally we require that. I mean, we have most of the times this is connected to a high input impedance circuit. Okay. So the value of R1 is selected to pass an acceptable minimum current through the diode. How do I select the value of R? That is important. And this current, obviously, the current that is to be set up when the diode is forward biased should be significantly high. Okay, there should be a minimum value. I mean, otherwise the diode will not conduct at all. So going to look at the, if you look at the characteristic of the diode now, this is your VD, this is your ID, and we have this as the cut-in voltage V gamma, and over here it is called as V knee. So the current should not fall below this value. The current flowing through your setup should not fall below this value. This value. So this should be ID minimum. So it should pass minimum current. And who decides that? That is decided by the resistor. All right. So you have to select the resistor in such a way. I'm telling you the design now, such that R1, which is E minus Vf divided by If. So this If, this is equal to If, let us say. So this should be the minimum current that you are setting up in the circuit. So correspondingly, you have to select R1. If R1 is selected arbitrarily very, very high, this If will be very small. If If is very small, your diode will never go into conduction. So you have to be careful while selecting the value of R1. Is that clear? Is that clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Right?
So, yes, sir.
Sure?
Yes, sir.
Similar thing. I mean, the same kind of equation can be used for the negative series clipper also. No issues with that. Okay. So have you understood the series clipper, positive as well as negative, so that I can move on to the next type of clipper that is called as a
Yes, sir.
series noise clipper. Now, very interesting circuits can be made with only diodes. This is one of them. Okay, let us see. If you have a signal like this, and you are having some noise, like this. Okay, this is noise which is unwanted, and you want to remove such a kind of noise. Okay, what circuit is used? We'll see. Again, a very interesting circuit. Okay, you'll recognize this as the series clipper, a positive, negative series clipper. But the modification now is that you have one more diode connected anti-parallel. You see this? Of course, both of
Yes,
them have
sir.
the same forward voltage drops. And the output that you're going to get will look like this. Okay, so effectively you have removed the noise. How does this happen? Yes? Can anyone tell me? Actually speaking, you have here a dead zone. Okay. So with respect to this point, okay, I think I should zoom it a little bit so that it will be easier for you to understand. So this portion is VF and this portion is again VF but minus VF. So what have you got and why this happens? Can anyone explain? At least attempt to explain. Very, very simple.
Sir,
Right?
first when it is in forward bias, the negative series clipper works and the uh, negative half cycle is removed, and then again when it comes to the input,
No,
it goes through
negative
the
cycle
reverse.
is not removed. You can see here that a very simple thing happens. When the diode, when the input signal, I'll override this, overdraw this, is up to this level, it will conduct only at these levels, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Are you getting this? Whereas whenever the voltage drops below this point, the diode becomes negative biased, reverse biased, and it will simply, the output is simply 0. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So as if I am having a dead band. You can see here. This may not be a very good picture, but let us say uh, you don't have any
Sir,
conduction up
this
to
is
this point.
line and there is a distortion.
Yes?
So it is a straight line.
Yeah, absolutely correct. So you have something like this. So this part is actually a straight line. Correct? Again, up to this point, I'm having a straight line. And again, but effectively what I've done, I'm in a position to say that this circuit has removed this noise which was interfering with my signal. Provided the peak to peak amplitude of the noise is less than or equal to 2 times Vf. This is to be understood. Why? Because hello guys.
Sir, you
Alex?
were
Sir, you were
not.
not.
Okay, I was saying this thing will work only when the noise peak to peak value of the noise is less than or equal to 2 times Vf. Why? Because the deadband that we are creating because of these two back-to-back diodes, anti-parallel diodes, you have the deadband as 2 times Vf.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So whatever is the signal which is the noise which is less than peak to peak amplitude is less than 2 times Vf will be blocked. Diode simply will be, both the diodes will be off during that time, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So can you suggest me now a circuit where my peak, let us say 2 Vf is equal to 0.7 volts. Okay. So maximum peak to peak voltage, noise voltage that I can eliminate, that I can remove is how much? 1.4 volts. Okay. Now if my input voltage is the peak to peak noise voltage is 2 volts, what should be the modification to this circuit? What will be the modification?
Sir, VF should be 1.
Yes. Simply I can have two diodes in series.
Yes, sir.
See, you see the importance over there.
Yes, sir.
So what will happen? The deadband will be, call this as the deadband. How much it will be? Two VF plus two VF, that is 4 VF. That is 2.8
2.8
volts.
volts.
So my noise will be blocked.
Block. Yes.
Okay? Are you able to see,
Yes,
understand
sir.
this?
Yes, sir.
All of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So this was the series noise clipper. If you don't have any doubts with this, let us go with.
So,
Yes.
can you please explain the last part?
Okay. I was saying that this thing worked nicely when the peak to peak amplitude of the noise itself was less than 2 times Vf. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
In this circuit, for
Yes.
this particular circuit. So there was a dead band, Vf on the positive side, Vf on the negative side. So together there was a dead band where the diode was not conducting at all, and that was actually giving us, that was actually blocking the noise. All right. I said, can you modify this circuit such that now the noise is no longer 1.4 or less than 1.4 volts. The peak to peak noise is 2 volts. So this will not work because the deadband is smaller than the peak to peak value of the noise. You still will be having some noise like this, depending on the actual peak to peak value. All right, you'll be having some values here. So it will not completely remove. So what is the modification I told? I asked what is the modification that you have to do. So what you can do is simply increase the deadband by introducing one more diode in series like this and here also. So now we are having a deadband, enhanced deadband. That is, I'm actually expanding the deadband. So the new deadband will be something like this. All right now.
Yes, sir.
So that even if the noise voltage peak to peak is 2 volts, it is going to be eliminated. Okay?
Yes,
Is it
sir.
fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we will have a look at the shunt clipping circuits. Now, as the name suggests, shunt clipping circuits means what are they supposed to do? The diode is connected in, yes, parallel with the output. That is the reason why we are calling this as a shunt circuit. The very first thing that we are going to see here is the positive shunt clipper. So how does it look like? This is your load. This is R1. This is again D1. Okay, this is going to be your output. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now let us see if I apply a signal like this, what will happen? Again, this is E, this is minus E. This is the input waveform. What will the output waveform look like? Analyze this properly. When the input is positive, what will happen to the diode?
Forward bias.
D1 is forward bias.
Biased.
Okay. So what will be the voltage across D1? It is forward biased. What is the voltage across a forward biased diode?
.7 volts.
VF. Isn't it? And when input is negative E, that is negative E, what is the diode? In what
Reverse.
condition is the diode? It is reverse biased. So there is no flow of current through the diode, and the diode is off. Literally, this you can remove this part altogether. Then what is the output voltage?
That is approximately 0.
Approximately equal to E. How? Okay. Let us say when the input is positive, E, D1 is forward biased. So this you have agreed with, right? Output is going to be VF. This you have agreed?
Yes. Yes.
What about this thing? Now let us see. If I erase this, as if the diode is reverse biased when it is not there in picture, correct? Yes? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So this is applied input is minus E. At that time the diode was reverse biased, so it is out of picture. And then what is the voltage over here? Guys?
Sir, you were not audible.
Okay, I said apply KVL to this loop. It is as if
Yes, sir.
something like this. This is E. Remember, this is negative. So apply KVL. Come on. It's simply VO is nothing but E minus IL into
R1.
R1. That's all. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
If I make this IL into R1 very small, then output voltage will be nearly equal to. So technically this is equal to E. Of course, remember it is negative. So this is equal to, so output voltage is equal to, in this case, negative E minus IL into R1. Okay. Well, graphically,
Yes.
how does it look like? The output, how does it look like? The output is like this. What are the levels? This is going to be equal to Vf, and this value is going to be minus E, sorry, E minus IL into R1. Is this okay?
Yes, sir.
So which waveform is clipped off? Which part of the waveform is clipped off? Look at the input. Input was something like this, and the output is something like this. So which part of the waveform is clipped off? Yes,
So positive.
positive. So it is the reverse, as I mean the exactly the inverse as that of the series clipper. Okay, positive shunt clipper will clip off the positive part of the waveform, and the output is going to be like this. Similarly, you have a negative shunt clipper. How will it look like? Just reverse the diode orientation. That's it. Again, remember the current flow is IL. So how will the output be if your input is similar to this waveform? This is again plus E. This is minus E. Yes. So how will the waveform look like? Output waveform look like? Come on, guys. Are you there?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So when the input is positive, or we'll start with the negative input first. Okay. That will actually solve your problem of. See, I mean, it is going to be simple enough. So let us start. So this is minus E. This is plus. So we start with the negative half cycle. If the input is negative, what will happen? What will be the condition of the diode for negative input? This D1 is what? Reverse bias or forward bias?
So forward bias.
Why? Why is it forward biased? Because its anode
Anode is connected.
is connected at a higher potential than cathode. Cathode is minus E. Remember, it is below ground.
Below ground, yes, sir.
Below ground. So I can say that D1 is forward biased. So what is the voltage across forward biased diode?
VF.
VF. So I'm going to have VF here for the negative half cycle of the waveform. And when this becomes positive, when I apply positive voltage over here, what will happen to for positive input? D1 is
Reverse bias.
Reverse bias.
So you can simply remove this. So what will be the output? What will be the output? VO. Same thing.
Same thing as we did.
Minus IL into
Minus
R1.
IL into
That's
R1.
all.
So, but this time it will be a positive one.
Of course, it is
Positive.
it is positive only, no? See, it is
Yes.
above the ground, right?
Yes, sir.
So with that, we have to stop here for today. But we'll take up an simple example tomorrow and see the design. All right. But see the duality between the shunt and the series circuits. That is what I want you to see properly. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Just a moment. Okay. All right. So we'll stop here for today. Any doubts, any questions, you can just ask me in the next class, or maybe you can use WhatsApp for that reason as well. Okay? All right?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.